Hello, and welcome to a review of My Dress Up Darling Season 2, Episode 10. You know, it's something weird, it's something crazy when it comes to rom-coms. It's always the misunderstanding vibe of of every rom-com, especially this moment. Marin and Kitagawa's relationship has always been one misunderstanding after another, and I like it. Because every moment of My Dress Up Darling leads to that climatic altercation or cliffhanger that makes you want to say, oh my God. Now, I gotta wear this because I just want to prove a point when I get to this moment. I just want to wear this hoodie just to show you what I'm talking about when I get to this review. But again, after last week's episode with Marin Kitagawa, our beloved girl MC, which I got a figure by the way, she is concerned about what Gojo brought because Kitagawa and Gojo have this huge misunderstanding that lead to so many actions. So much so that I'm pretty sure we could all agree that what we're about to see is like, oh, we're about to go on. Because after Kitagawa's cliffhanger with Gojo thinking he'll buy condoms, which is kind of like, this is Gojo we're talking about. And I said last week, Gojo is not pulling any string like this. Come on, this is Gojo we're talking about. You really think Gojo's kind of bold enough to smash Kitagawa? I mean, like, he ain't that bold. But still, Kitagawa is that person. But after that, last week was the cliffhanger, was all fun sway thing going on. Now, because Gojo is staying at Kitagawa's place because of trains and all that stuff, it's like Kitagawa is making bold moves. Moments that she could get laid, you know, moments that, and I'm like, this is a high school rom-com. It's too early for that. It's too early. So, shades up. Let's do this because we are about to go in on this episode because this has gotten so much spicy activity in this that makes you like, interesting. And let's do it. So, let's get right to the review. Okay, so now we're at episode 10 now with Kitagawa being Kitagawa. The only difference is Kitagawa has so many the 100 faces of Kitagawa. When she's happy, the many faces of Kitagawa. The happy Kitagawa, the lovable, smiling Kitagawa, eating Kitagawa, sad Kitagawa, crying Kitagawa. No matter what, or angry Kitagawa, or jealousy Kitagawa. 7 Deadly Sins Kitagawa. No matter what you see, we're bound to see Kitagawa at moments where she's at that peak of like, oh my God, that's crazy. So now she's in the corner of the bed. Gojo is still playing that horror game. Where's my controller? Yeah. Playing this horror game and getting ready to understand how the game is because remember, this is a project where it's a group project and he playing this horror game where you make choices, kind of like a Doki Doki Literature Club. And for those of you who played Doki Doki Literature Club, you understand where I'm coming from in this one. But anyway, Kitagawa is like, I'll take a shower first. Now, mind you, this is not the Kitagawa we know. The Kitagawa we know has always been blushing, shy, energetic, all that stuff. But moments when that happened with the whole condom situation, she's all like, we're gonna do it tonight. She is so obsessed with this. It's like the word Gojo comes to her head. The moment she get that Gojo, she literally just like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna smash. It's time. She all like got the hand soap loaded. She always got their hand soap jelly ready to go for Gojo. I'm like, yo. And I like what they're doing. They're following the manga panel for this one. It's really good. If you read the manga, it really is matching what they do in the anime. It's really nice. So Kitagawa, Gojo's like, you gotta take a shower first, and she did. Yeah, Kitagawa's unprepared. She's all like, it's like preparing for your first sex. You're getting prepared for your first try on. So get your clothes on, brush your teeth, put on the suits. I like that. I like that scene. They gotta tick it off the part, but the part where she's like, I can't decide what to wear. She's all like, okay, I'm ready. Got my shirt on, got this on. Came in and she said, talk about misunderstandings. This is why I love rom-coms. Rom-coms always have these misunderstandings. The dialogue when someone says something to the person, that person is thinking like, oh my God, that's not what he meant. It's just so misunderstandings. And Marin Kitagawa was playing Kazuya vibe in Rent a Girlfriend. Because if you think about it, you know how Kazuya is in Rent a Girlfriend, which is, by the way, one of the best rom-coms that ever lived. Remember how Kazuya and Rent a Girlfriend always questioning how this is gonna play out. Always questioning if this is this, if this is that, how would this play out, all that stuff. We don't know where they're gonna lead to and all that. So that's lead to so it got me. So that's what Kitagawa is thinking. Like, what if it doesn't work? What if this and this doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? All that stuff. I don't know. That's what Kitagawa was facing. So that moment with Gojo, when she's all like franticking what decision to make, as soon as she fell down, Gojo just literally just like got on top of her. Now, and Gojo is a blunt character. Like, I'm not saying blunt in a bad way. I'm saying blunt as a good way. I mean, like, I don't know, like, Gojo's not realizing the fact that Kitagawa is doing all this just to get laid, and Gojo is not even aware of what Kitagawa is wearing and what she's planning to do with him. And I get it. Gojo is not Kazuya. I'm not saying that. But he just I'm not saying bland guy, but Gojo is so like, oh, like he's focused, like really focused, and not even thinking about what's going on with Kitagawa. But that moment when he got on top of her, it was like, oh my god. And Gojo's not even worried. Gojo's not even seeing what Kitagawa is feeling right now. Now, okay, now I'm gonna tell you why I'm wearing this hoodie. I'm gonna tell you why I wear this hoodie. Gojo took a bath, and then when he came out, he wore a black Dojin hoodie of Kitagawa's favorite girl. You know, the black, you know, the dress outfit he made for season 1. Dressed exactly like that. A Dojin type vibe thing. Like, come on, look at this. Look at this. That's, I actually got this at NYC because one of my friends had it, and I'm like, we should wear it. So I actually had this one too. But yeah, it's funny how I'm wearing this because that's what it is for Gojo. He's wearing it. I mean, like, and Gojo's face is like, and watching that moment, I'm like, Gojo, what are you doing? First of all, you know Kitagawa loves that character. So why be in that state of like not shock phase when you realize this is Kitagawa we're talking about? Of course she's gonna have her favorite character hoodie and you wearing it. I mean, like, come on. I mean, how often you wear Hinata? Like, I got Hinata hoodie. I'm gonna wear that. And if I give my girl Hinata hoodie, come on. See what I'm saying? That's how that works. But I digress from my point. Anyway, Kitagawa was so ready for this moment. Like, it just one big bait misunderstanding. This is a misunderstanding bait and switch moment in this episode. Really funny way. And then Kitagawa, Gojo sitting down eating a cup of ramen, and we got to see Marin Kitagawa as a kid. And looking at her as a kid, that explains so much compared to anything. I don't want to spoil anything from the manga, but you know, looking at her as a kid, it's like, oh my god, she looks cool as a kid. She looks cool. Now, Kitagawa was waiting for the moment. She got into bed, got her laying down. She's ready. She's ready. Like so much ready. It's like, okay, got my underwear on. I got my bottoms off. Just waiting for Gojo to take me advantage. But Gojo wasn't playing. He really was focusing on what this game was all about. So those things, the misunderstandings, wasn't the condoms. It was the energy drinks. And so he's playing this game all night long, understanding how this game works. And to be honest with you guys, I like games with choices like that because one can lead a big path and some can lead to happy ending, sad ending, and a killing ending. If you don't believe me, go play School Days. And I'm pretty sure of you guys who played Doki Doki Literature Club or School Days, the way I did on my kid laptop, you understand just how terrifying it is when you make choices like that. So Kitagawa, and I do applaud Gojo for taking Kitagawa to bed. Smart man. And it's very smart man because he wasn't going to smash Kitagawa. I mean, like, we're not surprised. First of all, we're not surprised by it. I mean, look, Kitagawa and Gojo are going to smash, but come on, you really think I'm at this moment in time? You really think that was going to happen? Hell no. Gojo's an honest man. Anyway, days arrive. Marin Kitagawa's waking up way late, and Gojo is just like in that state of like, that little state of shock because now he sees this game kills me. I can't keep playing it. It's like me playing Resident Evil 4. I played it all night, understanding what the fuck I was gonna get myself into, even though I played the GameCube version. But playing the remake one, it was like that. Or it's like playing Doki Doki Literature Club. I played that game for about 6 hours. I remember playing the game for 6 hours, and I got terrified a few choices because I got jump scared. Games, look, I don't do jump scares, but playing that kind of game kind of shocked me. So Gojo. Oh, and by the way, Kitagawa was so into that misunderstanding moment when she like, wait a minute. So the thing about wasn't the condoms, it was the energy, and so much so it's like her realizing what Gojo bought was like it's like brain farted. She knew she messed up. She knew she knew from getting exciting to smashing Gojo to like it's like the drop just hit you when that happened. So that's what happened to. But Gojo, you know, to play a game that he never played in his life, and to play a game like this that could literally it's like people telling you play this game, and then you realize after beating the game you're like, what have I just played? And that's that. And whilst Gojo explaining the storyline behind the nuns and the blood of this game, everyone talking about it. You know, even Juju's sister was talking about it, all that. But it's nice to see the sisters together on that. Now, Kitagawa. We all know day one. From day one, we all know Marin Kitagawa is in love with Gojo. We already established that since day one. Now, Kitagawa has now kind of been on the depression state now because she never confessed to Gojo, not even once. Not one. Like, she loved Gojo for making off, but not like, I love you, Gojo, like that. So when Gojo told Kitagawa to come, you know, leave, you know, because she making fried fish, you know, to help her with her food dieting, all that, it was great. But Marin Kitagawa realized that I do love Gojo, but I'm scared to confess. Now you gotta understand this. Kitagawa has always been open-minded, energetic, love making friends instantly, becoming one of the best gals of our generations, all that stuff. But in this case, when it comes to love, Kitagawa is just like, I'm gonna confess. She feels like she's just not ready to confess yet. It's like, I want to confess, but I don't know what Gojo, because she's over here, she's overthinking, and like, what happened if I take to Gojo, I love you? What will Gojo respond? And all those questions and all that just leaves her guessing. And then also the fact that she was going home, and these two punks were trying to hit up Kitagawa. She's like, back the fuck up. That look in her face, she's like, back the fuck up. That look on her face, she told those two guys to leave, they scared the crap out of it. But speaking to Gojo, you know, having Gojo walking with Kitagawa, and that train scene passing by, you know what comes with train scenes? It's always like a confession. She's gonna, looking at the end when she said, I'm gonna confess. She's gonna be ready to say it. Truth, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but like I said, this moment was funny. But overall, though, this was one of the best episodes I've seen. I mean, one of the best clickbait misunderstanding episode, especially on Kitagawa. Kitagawa got one of the, like, Gojo have some misunderstandings, but Marin Kitagawa in this episode has one of the biggest misunderstanding clickbait bait and switch moments in this episode. Wait, bait and switch misunderstanding episode to a point like Kitagawa just went like over the top. It went from like 0 to 100 for Kitagawa, and then it went back down to 0. That's how it is. So I look forward for next week's episode of My Dress Up Darling, and I'll see you soon.